Hello friends, I am Bodhikari and welcome to this Joomla 2.5 custom module development tutorial series. This is the 5th episode of Joomla 2.5 custom module development. In this episode, I will show you how to use database in your Joomla module. So for this demonstration, I will create a Joomla ContactUs form module in which the user will fill up the form and submit. On submit, we will store the data into our database. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to send an email to the administrator. So let's start. So at first we will create the basic structure of the module, then we will install in our system. After that, we will write our code. So here I have a folder. Let's create our necessary files. So let's name of the module is my contact. So we have to create our XML file, that is mod_my contact.xml, and the module file is mod_my contact.php, and also we need to create an helper file, that is helper.php, and for templating we will create our default layout file tmpl, and inside this folder we will create default.php. Now for security reason, to prevent directory listing, we will create some blank index.html. So let's create an index.html file. Just open it with your editor and write some blank HTML code. Now copy this to this folder. Now we may use some JavaScript and CSS, so let's create some folder JavaScript, CSS, and we may also need some images file, so let's create the images file. So this is the basic structure of the Joomla module directory. Now we will define our module information in the XML file. So let's open this with your editor. So at first open your XML file, XML version 1.0. Now create a node, extension. Now we have defined few attributes like the extension type. This is a module for which Joomla version we are creating this module 2.5, and the installation method, it may be install or upgrade method, we will use upgrade. Now we will define few parameters like what is the name of our component. So name my contact, what is the author, now my component version 1.0.0. Now description, this is a simple Joomla 2.5 ContactUs module description. Now we have written the basic information. Now we will define our files. So we will create a files node, files. Now inside files we will define our required file and folders. So we will create file name node. Now we will define our file name like mod_my contact.xml file name. Now file name mod_my contact.php file name. We have to define which is the module file. So here this is the module file, module mod underscore my contact, and now we have to define the blank index.html file name, index.html file name. Now we have some folders, like we have one more file like helper file. So just write file name helper.php file name. Also we will place blank index.html file inside our JavaScript, images and CSS folder. Now we have to define the required folders, like folder tmpl, folder images, folder one more CSS, and one more JavaScript. So we have defined our files and folder. Now we will not use some parameter in this tutorial, so we are leaving blank configuration section. So config. Okay, but in future we will define what is the requirement, like administrator email address, administrator name, etc. So we have created our XML file. Now just the my contact page, and now we have to prevent the direct access by defined keyword, defined _JEXC or die. Nice. So it will prevent outside access. So let's echo something, welcome to my contact module. So we have created our basic structure of our module. So let's create a zip file, compress, file name maybe anything. So create, you can create the tar.gz or zip, create. So the folder is created, file is created. Now we will install. So log into your Joomla administrator panel, browse your module file, upload and install. So as you can see, the installation module was successful. Now from the module manager we can ensure that the module has been installed. Here you can see my contact. So if you place in the home page, select our default template. Current template is 2.20. So middle top, status change to publish. We would like to place in the home page. Save. Now visit to the front end and refresh. So here you can see welcome to my contact module. So we have successfully created our basic contact module. Now we will edit our existing code. So we have installed the module and it's working fine. As you can see the module output. Now we will edit our code. So at first we need to create the form. So let's close all these files. Now this is my Joomla installed folder. So if I visit to the modules, here we can see, yeah, this is my contact. So here we can see all our module files. Now at first we will edit our TMPL. So here we will create our form. So let's create form. At first we need to restrict outside access. So defined underscore JEXCC or die access deny. Now we will create form. So form name my contact receive ID my contact method post form. So now we will create three fields, like one for customer name or username, one email, another is message. So let's create label for name, full name, input type text, name, ID is name. We can add placeholder, we will add letter. Now we have to accept the user email. For email input type, we can use email, name, email, ID, also email. So we will create one more field called message. So your message label for so here we will use text area, give ID, message, name, message. Now we will create a submit button, type submit, name my contact button, ID my contact button, value send. That's enough. So we have created our form. Now if I go to the Joomla site and refresh, we cannot see. Yeah, we cannot see because we have to include the file, helper file, and also we have to require the layout file. So we have to open the module file here. Now we have to require the helper file. So require once your name so double underscore file dot directory separator helper.php. So we have included our helper file. Now we will require our layout file. So with the help of JModule helper, JModule helper get layout path mode underscore my contact. So we have required. Now let's go to the module page and refresh. Here you can see our form is showing. So we will fix all the CSS later, but at first this HTML5 validation, that's why it's require an email .com. Now we have to grab the data when user will click on the send button. So here we have to check whether the form is submitted or not. So we can check here, like if it said $_post, and we can pass the name of the contact form. Let's copy and paste. So if you set, that means the form is posted, or otherwise the form is not posted. So if the form is posted, then we will display some message like echo form submitted successfully. So now if the form is not posted, then we will display the form. So let's visit to the module page, refresh this page. Now fill up all the details and click send. Now here you can see form submitted successfully. That means we can track when the form is submitted or when the form is not submitted. So let's grab all the values. So with the J input, we can grab all the values from the database, or you can use the $_post, but you should use the J input because it is more secure. So J input, J factory, get application input, now let's $name equal to $J input get and just echo $name, save, go to your page and refresh the page. Form is already submitted. So here you can see the value is appearing. Let's give some break. Refresh this page, full name, enter email address, test, send. So here you can see we can successfully accepted the value. So in this way we will accept all the values. So we can filter these values by passing some argument. So if the nothing is passed, so we will get blank, and the type will be must be a string, so nobody can send harmful data. So in this way we can filter our data also. Let's grab the email and message. Okay. So now we have successfully collected all our required information like name, email and message. Now we have to create our database file, database table. So we have successfully grabbed all the required data like name, email, message. Now we have to store this data into database table. So let's create a database table. So log into your phpMyAdmin, or you can use the command line tool also. /phpMyAdmin. Enter username, password. Select your database. Now here we will create our table. So use this Joomla prefix syntax. Now scroll bottom. Now name. So prefix underscore your module name, like my contact, and your table name, like inbox. How many fields I want? One for ID, one for name, one for email, ID, name, email, message, and date time. So I need 5. Into 5, go. ID, this is the primary key, and auto increment. Name, varchar 150, email, varchar 150, message, text, date time, we will use timestamp, and current timestamp. So let's save. So we have successfully created our tables. Now search our table. Yeah, my contact inbox. Now we will insert the data. At this time we will use our helper file. So open helper file, restrict outside access, defined _JEXCC, or die access deny. Now we will create a helper class. So class name is mod, our name, my contact helper. Name may be anything, but following the right syntax. Now we will create a function called, let's create a static function, public static function save data. Now here we will accept 3 parameters: name, email, message. So to save this database, we need to create the database instance. So $db jfactory get dbo. So we have got the database instance. Now we will create a query. Insert into our table name. So we will use some prefix. So this is our table name, but we will replace the prefix with #__. So we are inserting this table. Now we will mention our fields: name, email, message. So name, email, message. Now we will pass all the values. $name, $email, $message. So we have created our SQL query. Now we have to set this SQL query. So $db set query $query. Now we have to run the query. So we will check if the query is running or not. db query So we will return true, else return false. So we have created our helper file. Now we will save that data using helper file. So we have got all these variable. Now we can save this by using mod underscore helper, then save data, calling this function statically. So we are using scope resolution because we are calling the method statically. Okay, so now we can check here that if that means the query executed successfully. So here we will display message, let's say h3 message sent successfully. Error, try again. Okay, so let's try in the browser. So visit to your front end, refresh this page, fill up this form. This is issue, click on send. Now we can see message sent successfully. Now let's check on the database whether the value is updated or not. Yeah, we can see the value is successfully inserted. So in this way we can save values to database. So I think the @ symbol is missing, so we can use raw. Also in case of message we can use the raw. Let's visit this page once again, fill up all the forms. This is issue, send, message sent successfully, go to database, refresh. Now here you can see, so here is the email, but the previous one is not working because Joomla filtering automatically. So here you can see. So in this way we can save data into database. Now we have successfully saved data into our database. Now we will send an email notification on submit the form to administrator. So for this reason we have to use the Joomla mailing functionality. So let's create a method in the helper, like public static function send email notification, and we'll pass few information like your name, $email, message. Okay, so for sending email we need to access the mailer instance. So let's create an instance, mailer jfactory get mailer. Now we have to define our sender, where we want to send our email. We have to define from whose account the email will send. So we have to define the sender. This is an array. Now at first you need to give the email address like .com and the name editor. Now we have defined our sender. Now we have to add this sender to mailer instance. So $mailer set sender $sender. So we have added. Now we have to define the recipient. So we will send this mail to our administrator. So $mailer add recipient RECIPIENT and enter your administrator email address. If you have multiple email address, you want to send in multiple email address, then you can pass array like array. Another email @gmail.com, etc. You can pass any number of recipient. So now I am sending just only one to my mail address. So I am sending to this. Now we have to define the subject of the mail. So $mailer set subject new contact form submitted. So now we have to define our body. So let's create a variable body. A new user contact you with the following information. Now we will add the following information. Let's copy all this or concatenate this variable here. Now $body name $name. Copy this line and paste. Email message we can get this value from here. So we have defined our body. Now we will attach this to mailer function. So $mailer similarly set body. Now $body we have attached. So let's check. We have set the sender from where the mail will go. So we have sent the sender, add recipient. This is the admin email address. We can send also to the customer to this email address. Okay, one copy will send to the administrator and one copy will send to the form submitter. We have set the subject. What is the subject? And now we have defined our body and we have set the body. Now we will try to send. So $mailer send. Now we have to call on save. So here we will call this send email function. Okay. So when the contact form will be saved, this function will be called with this following value, name, email, message, and from this we will sending email. So let's try in the browser. So let's visit to the front end, refresh. Now fill up your form. This is mail test, send. Now you can see one problem. We could not instantiate mail function because I am running on the local host. You may face this problem. So if you want to send a mail from local host, then what we have to do, we have to configure our SMTP server. So from user site, global configuration, server, here you have to configure your SMTP server. So I want to send a mail from hotmail.com via hotmail.com. So SMTP, select SMTP, from email and from name. SMTP authentication, yes. Security, TLS. SMTP port, Hotmail port is what is that port? 587, I think 587. Username is redact@live.com, and this is your Hotmail password, and this is SMTP host. So smtp.live.com. If you want to send it via Gmails, then it will be smtp.gmail.com. And now I have to enter the password. So let's copy the password and paste here. So I have saved. So let's review. We have selected the SMTP from name defined, SMTP authentication, yes. Security, SMTP port, SMTP username, SMTP password. This is your Hotmail or Gmail password. This is your Gmail address, and this may be your Gmail SMTP server name. So let's save this. Yeah, we have successfully saved. Now let's try one more time. So let's refresh and type your name. This is contact mail. Now click on the send. Now I think it's working because it's taking time. Wait a second. Yeah, now we don't see any errors. Message sent successfully. So we will check our mailbox. So here you can see one mail is present, new contact form submitted, and sender is this email address we have set it in that, a new user contact, and this is the body. Now here is a problem that BR is displaying not treated as HTML. So we have to define that this mail is HTML, then it can send as HTML format. And next is what if you want to grab this information like administrator email and name from the Joomla configuration section, then you can grab this via global configuration. So we will create a config instance. So $config equal to jfactory get config. Now from this config variable we can get the administrator email address. So sender is from this config get value, then we will pass config.mail from. So now for the name we need to do same thing like $config get value, then config dot from from name, I think, from name, and this is mail from. So let's try this. Save and visit this page, enter some garbage value, click on the send. It's taking full time because it's sending email via live.com. Yeah, message sent successfully. So let's so here you can see your subject string, your body string, double quote parts, the new line, what's happened. Yeah, that was different mail. So now we have received our email. So you can see the Joomla sender is changed. So email sending working perfectly, but one more thing I have to fix, that this code is not treating as HTML. So for this we have to tell the mailer function that HTML is true. So let's go to here and now tell that mailer function $mailer is HTML true. Now let's give some HTML code. 3 is 3. Let's give some color to check whether the HTML is working or not. Span style, span, we have to escape color red. So that's enough. So we have enabled the HTML is true. So let's try to send another email. So refresh this page. Joy live.com. This is testing my contact Joomla module. Now send. It's taking time. Yeah, we have sent. Then now we have to check our mail. So I have opened this email. Now you can see we have mentioned the H3, so it's bigger, and we have also mentioned this color red. So the HTML email is working perfectly. So let's review. We have created a contact form. We are saving data into database, and also we are sending an email notification to the admin user. Now what will we do? We will create a package for this whole component. For one thing we can do that, we can accept parameter from the backend, that the administrator will enter what will be the name, sender name, and what will be the sender email address. So let's try. So for this reason we need to implement the parameter. So let's create some parameter, like two fields we need to create. So inside we have to define the fields name, params, fields. Now inside fields we need to create a group of field. So we need to create a field set name. Let's see email configuration, email config, and level is email sending config. So close the field set. So we have closed the field set. Now we have to define two fields, like field name, sender name, and type will be text. So name, sender name, value, leave it blank, that's sufficient. And now we have to grab the sender email, field name, sender email, type also text. Okay, so we have defined our parameter. So let's go to the backend. Logged out. Let me log in with my username and password. Now go to module manager and our my contact. So here we can see email setting configuration underscore why, because we have not mentioned the label. Yeah, we need to mention label. So sender name, label, sender email. Backend, refresh this page one more time. Now we can see sender email, sender name. So from the backend, administrator can specify that on submit form where the email will go, and the sender email and sender name and sender email, and also he can specify receiver email, receiver email, receiver email. So let's refresh the backend. So we have got three fields. So let's say sender test, sender email is test, sender@live.com, and receiver email, let's leave it. Now in the previous tutorial I have shown you how to accept this parameter. So from the my module page, here we have to accept the parameters. So $sender name equal to $params get sender name. So let's just echo or die $sender name. Let's go to the front end, refresh this page. Yeah, test sender, that means we are able to. Now if I change this here, save, refresh this page, yeah, it's working fine. So now from the model we will accept this value. So we will pass. So let's check from the model. We can pass this information to the model, like parameters, params, and we will get various information using this object. So in the helper, here we got the params. No. So from params we can get the sender email. So here we will replace all these things. Params get sender email, and this is the sender name. So sender, get sender name. Now we will specify our receiver here. So $params get receiver. So receiver email, copy, paste. So try one more time. So refresh this page, fill up this form, full name Rahul @live.com. Let's say example.com. This is test mail. Now we have specify our sender email and receiver email. So send. It's taking time because we are sending mail on localhost by SMTP. So now we have to check our. So you can see I have received an email with this following information. So in this way we can specify our receiver and administrator also. So in our module, the contact form on submit contact form, the data is saving to database, and also sending email notification is working. Now we will add some basic CSS to our module. So let's go to the CSS folder and create a file. Let's name it default.css or anything. Now what I will do basically, just do label display block, and also want to change this div id title mode, like font size pixel, display block. Apply your desired style sheet, anything. So I need to include this style sheet into my file. So at first you need to grab the document object. So doc jfactory get document. Now using this instance we will add style sheet, add style sh shape. So we have to give the path of the style sheet, so jpath. So we can use the JURI root, root. Now modules /mod underscore my our component /css /default dot css. So let's refresh our page. Yeah, you can see it's working perfectly. So we have implemented our style. Let's give it the color of this, color red. I'm just showing you all the techniques. Do your whatever you want to design, like 18, save, refresh. Yeah, so we have included our CSS. So in this way you can also, if you need some JavaScript validation, then you have to include your JavaScript, like here. So I'm not going to show you. Previous tutorial I have shown you how to use JavaScript CSS in your module. So we have created our module finally. Now we have to create the installer zip. so that we can distribute our module. So for this reason we need to grab the SQL file. So this is our all the files. Now I'm deleting all these files. Now I will get all the files from the install directory, like we have edited. This is our Joomla installation directory. So modules, now mod underscore my contact. So copy all this stuff here. So this is our updated code. This is our updated code. Now we have to create two SQL files. One is install.sql, another is, let's say, uninstall.sql, uninstall.sql. Okay, so now we have to write the query. So let's go to the phpMyAdmin. So this is our table. So export this table. Yeah. Logged out, body, export. Now custom, we just want we just want the structure. So let's go. Yeah, this is created. So copy this, open your, now close all this file from the Sublime Text. Now open install.sql file. Now we have to remove the prefix with the hash underscore underscore. So auto increment value leave it 1. Now we have to specify, copy the table name in the install.sql. So open the install.sql. Now we have to specify. So this file will be called when someone will install your module. So that time we don't want to keep our table, so we will remove. So drop table if sts exist. So drop table if exist. So we have created our installation SQL and uninstall SQL. So now we have to write this in our package information file. So in the file we need to include the two files. So here file name install.sql, file name, and file name uninstall.sql file name. Now we have to specify to trigger, like install and uninstall. So install, during install, so we will call this SQL file. So here we will specify our individual SQL file. If you have more than, you can create more than file node, file install.sql. In this way, write more than one SQL file. Now we have to specify following property like cat set, UTF-8, and driver is MySQL. Okay, let's grab all these, copy and paste, uninstall, uninstall, UNINSTALL.SQL file. That's it. So we have created our component file. Now I will do one thing. I will delete this database. So where I will delete contact inbox. Let's search my contact inbox, operation, delete table is dropped. Yeah, table is dropped. Now we will uninstall the module. So from the extension manager, manage, here search my contact, contact, my contact module. So uninstall this. Fail to delete because the ownership is changed, that's why. So because I have changed the permission, that's why the problem. So chmod for 2.5 modules mod underscore my contact. Now try to install. Actually the module is removed, the file is not deleted, so let's delete this manually. So rf / var www Joomla 2.5 mod underscore my contact. What is the wrong? Mod underscore my c NTSCT contact. Yeah, we have deleted. So now there is no module. So if I refresh this page, we cannot see any module. So let's create a zip of our module. Let's name this mod underscore my contact .tar.gl or zip, anything you want. The name doesn't matter because we have specified all our configuration in the mod underscore my contact.xml. So we have created the zip. Now try to install. From the backend, extension manager, browse, select, upload and install. Installation was successful. So let's review this from module manager. Yeah, my contact I can see, and also we can see the different parameter. And now let's visit to the database whether the table is created or not. So let's, yeah, the table is also created successfully, so that's good. So now we'll test simple one entry. So we will place this in the let's say we will place this bottom left this time. So sender name, sender email, and receiver email. This is the administrator email where the email notification will send. Select page, we want to place this in home page. Status change to publish, save, go to home page, refresh this page. Where? Published in home page. Oh, I have selected different template, that's why. This 20. Now left middle, save, refresh this page one more time, and now here we can see that my contact. Welcome to my contact. Here, nice contact form. But one thing you have to think that you have to use validation in your form, like server side and also client side validation. You may use CAPTCHA in future tutorial. I will show you how to use CAPTCHA and validation stuff. So let's try to submit. .com. This is and the test module. Now click on the send. It's taking time because sending from localhost. Yeah, we can see welcome to contact module and message sent successfully. So this time I am not able to see my form because the form is submitted, so it's working perfectly. Now we will check our email. Here you can see the email has been came with the CSS like red and small larger font and with the following information. So our module is working. So you can distribute this module to your friends or anywhere. So please subscribe to my channel youtube.com/Vishwarupadhikari and please post your comment. If you have faced any problem, then comment. I will try to reply. Thank you.